Hello, everyone. I'm Richard Molina. I'm here with an old friend of mine, Davis Rankin. I know many people are surprised to see him here. But 12 years ago, we did an interview together, so we're very familiar with each other. His wife did a lot of work for us at the museum,
Yes.
and big advocates for what they've accomplished. But a little bit about myself. My name is Richard Molina. I'm running for mayor. I'm not new to local politics. I like to say I've been there, done that, and got the T-shirt, done a little bit of everything, and literally, right? So I'm putting my name on the ballot again. You know, these last 4 years, people have been tugging at me to get back in. They haven't liked the things that have happened since I'm gone, and I mean the city hasn't been moving at the speed that it moved at when I was there. People kind of got used to that, and me being active, being on social media, using all our platforms from the city. A lot of that stuff has been missing. In today's world, you know, you have to be on top of things, and people want a mayor that's on top of things. People want somebody that takes the position seriously. And you know, I think one of the things that I've been able to hang my hat on is I've been the first person to be the mayor of Edinburgh that started from an entry level position, the history of the city. So I've gone from patrolman one,
Oh.
cadet at the police academy, all the way to the rank of mayor, and it's never happened before in the history of the city. I've been the first one. I talked to a lot of old timers, mayors that have been there in the early 80s, 70s.
Yeah.
And when I got elected to city council, I thought I was the first one to go from, level one of council. They said, nope, there was an employee in the 80s, and I don't remember his name. Say, but if you ever get elected as mayor, which I did in 17, then you'll be the first. So that's one of the things I like to hang my hat on, that I can relate to everybody from the city of Edinburgh.
I never would have thought of that. I wonder why people who've worked as employees don't then, they see things from the inside.
That's
they don't
correct.
then get involved
That's correct.
to fix what they don't like or what they think needs to be improved.
Yes.
That surprises me.
Lets you know, you've had a lot of businessmen run for the position of mayor. You've had a lot of attorneys,
Yeah.
had a lot of different people from all different backgrounds, but rarely do you have a city employee. Now I like the fact that other employees have stepped up, and I think that, I'd like to say that I've inspired a lot of people to get involved, although they'll never admit that. But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm excited. We're going to have a huge voter turnout. The race in Edinburgh has a lot of buzz. Everyone's talking about it. McAllen's talking about it.
Yeah.
Westlaco's talking about it. Farr's talking about it. Mission is talking about it. We're the county seat, and you know, Edinburgh is the hub. It's the county capital, and there's no doubt that a lot of eyes are on this election coming up. Our early voting is Monday, so we are almost at the finish line. Early voting October 20th through the 31st, and election day is November the 4th. So
October 20 through what?
through the 31st, which is Halloween, and then election day is November 4th. It's the first Tuesday of the month of November.
Now, are you going to be trick or treating?
Well, there's always something that we do. We like to put something together, maybe they call them these trunk or treats, where you get together and everybody pops the trunk and you put some candies in there and kids come by. You know, you kind of do it at a parking lot.
Okay.
But, you know, you kind of plug it in. You'll see people with costumes going to go vote.
Sure.
You know, this is the fourth time I've been on the ballot, and every time, you know, that we've seen this, it's always during Halloween.
We're talking with Richard Molina, who served on the city commission, was mayor of Edinburgh, laid out a while, and now he's back. He's running for mayor, and the election day again is
November the 4th.
November the 4th. I don't know why. Okay, so let's talk about paved streets. One thing I've noticed, what we've noticed on the talk show I do, is that when we talk with candidates for city offices, no matter where, they talk about drainage. They talk about paved streets.
Right.
So I guess that's what people want.
That's what people want, because it's something that they deal with every single day. So, for instance, it all starts with picking the city manager, people don't understand that the mayor doesn't run the city council
Not
doesn't
supposed
run
to.
the city, but we do have a lot of people that are actively hands-on. And I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people that I'll admit I want to see what they're doing. I want to go down to the streets because I want to be able to discuss with citizens firsthand knowledge about what I saw. So people say, hey, you know what? There's a bunch of trash in this alley. Also, send me a picture. I'll go over there, check it out, and then I'll send it to the city manager just to confirm that it is what they say it is without sending a truck out or somebody from, the city where you're tying them up. And then once you confirm that's what it is, then we send somebody out. So getting back to streets. Some of the city managers that we had when I was there were very, very sharp. They had a lot of experience as executive directors of large, enterprises or entities.
Because that's not a policy job so much
Right.
as it is an execution job.
That's right. So you have to have somebody with a background in doing some type of job that includes that. And for me, I was able to recruit some of the best city managers. And at the same time, in turn, they make you look good.
Yeah.
They make the city council look good. I always say this time and time again.
That's true. I never thought of that. Yeah,
I-
if they're doing good,
I-
you look good.
Yeah, I always say this. If the mayor is the smartest person in the room, you have an issue. Because you're supposed to be hiring people that are extremely smart, extremely intelligent, and extremely experienced in that managerial role. So one of the people that we were able to bring in was a gentleman named Ron Garza. He was executive director of the COG.
Yeah.
So he was very familiar with getting grants, state, federal. He did a lot of things that made myself and the city council.
He knew who to get. He knew who to call to get something done.
That's right. So he did a very good job. Before that, we had the city manager, Richard Hinojosa. Richard Hinojosa was a great manager. He had been the director of our planning and zoning department. So his background was a little bit different. Planning and zoning. He knew as a planner where things had to go. We were also lucky enough to obtain the city manager from FAR, who had a lot of experience. He was a city manager, and he left FAR to come with us. So you're looking at people that had a head full of knowledge as far as city planning, growth, engineering, utilities, roadways. And they would come up with a great plan and do a presentation in front of the mayor and council. We were blown away, and we would tell them, well, execute your plan. So they had a maintenance program, they had a paving program. So during my administration,
A program meaning something written out and
something written out on what streets specifically
yeah.
were the ones that needed the most attention, and an order of severity of the street.
Sure.
That it needed to be redone or it needed to be cleaned up or repaved. We were able to accomplish those. So when I had taken over in 2017, they brought it to my attention that, of course, money was an issue. And I said, I want streets, drainage, parks. They said, whoa, Mayor, you want all these things. And the budget is still...
so you started playing the lottery, right?
Right. So one of the recommendations that they put in front of us was going out for bonds. Well, when you're talking about, raising the taxes
To pay the bonds.
to pay the bonds, people don't like to see that. People don't want to pay more taxes, especially with the appraisal and all these things that are happening.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But in this case, they wanted the drainage projects really bad, so we were able to get the voter to approve that.
Is there a part of I realize Edinburgh's grown north and east, especially north.
It's growing everywhere, but we're going to make it north.
Is
We're
there-
going to make it far east.
Should I call my friends in San Manuel and tell them?
Tell them to get ready.
Yeah. Is there a part of town that drains the worst? And my memory is, and maybe wrong, that's why I'm saying that we drain from west to east. That's one reason Elsa and Ed Couch get nailed
That's
when it rains
correct.
real heavy.
That's
but I don't know about Edinburgh.
You know, we have a lot of issues in our downtown area. Right where the courthouse is, where they put that, $150 million building. But we also work towards that, because getting back to the COG, the Council of Government, we obtained $20 million of grants. So those $20 million of grants are still on hold. We still have them there. And that's to fix the downtown drainage project. Like you just mentioned, it goes from west to east. So that's to work on the entire east side of University Drive.
Okay.
And from the courthouse all the way east of the expressway into a drainage canal that sits right by a place called Vera's Meat Market. So there's a drainage canal
Who
there.
doesn't know Vera's Meat Market?
Right.
Yeah.
So what I like is that's one of the projects that, when the voter decides to go with me, that's one of the major projects
You can get
that
started.
I'm going to work on. The crazy thing about that is that is funding that I secured all the way back when I was on the city council. So that's how long.
Why is it just sitting there?
And that's the great question. Why is it still sitting there? And these are
Is it earning interest?
probably somewhere, which gets back to, other things that we're dealing with the parking garage.
Okay.
And the blame game and the stall game and the finger pointing. And for me, I think, people are just like, okay, forget all the rhetoric. Let's get to work, get the job done. Everybody be quiet and get to work. And I think that's the approach that I have immediately following the election, because one of the things I like to tell people is this. The easy part is the election, because the way, politics is run is you work real hard on the election, for 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, or 3 months, whatever you put into it. You win, and then everything goes quiet again. And then 4 years later, the elected officials like, hey, I need your vote, So they're coming back. So I think people are tired of that rhetoric. People want to see, the elected official get to work. They want to see action, and they want to see transparency. One of the things I bring to the table is I'm always giving updates on project, whether that be Facebook Live from my mayor's page or my, using the city's social media, is showing them, okay, look, we're going to have this project is $1 million. This is exactly what we're doing. And showing the construction as it takes place, giving them a play-by-play. And if there's a delay, because sometimes there's delays, materials on back order, something might happen with a construction company that, it's unpredictable things that happen. Like today, the Sergio, things happen, and it's just giving people updates to say, listen.
That's why there's always a little bulge or whatever you call it into the contract, because the contractor wants to protect himself.
Exactly.
But then you won't let him go forever, or he starts getting charged to move it along.
Right. So that's things that people want to see. They want to see his work. They want to give updates. They want to see transparency. Roadways is something that I've been getting a lot of complaints on. People have told me, Richard, we haven't seen the type of work being done like when I was there. And because it starts with A, the manager, and B, it starts with, the mayor. Is the mayor keeping us in tuners or radio silence?
Well, the only thing I can refer to is McAllen. At one time, they passed a bond issue, and the city engineer, there was a long list of what was going to get done first through last, and they just worked down that list. But it was published. They would refer to it, I think, most every meeting. Does Edinburgh have anything like that?
Yes, that's exactly what we had when I was there. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how it's working now, and I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus, but that's also what's made me very popular in the race, and somebody that people see as a front runner because of the work that we did. Exactly of what you're explaining there is giving them a list, being transparent, checking off everything off the list, and letting the citizens know what we're doing.
Well, I love to talk about this, but there are other topics we need to get to. Cleaning up the city. I don't want to refer again to the McAllen, but they adopted a McAllen Shines project, and it was very simple. If you see trash, pick it up. Let's make the city look good, so that it looks good, so people want to be there, because one of the things is it's attractive. There's not trash everywhere, and weeds aren't growing everywhere. Is that what you're kind of talking about?
It's the simple things, right? You talked about, having a garden and having a green thumb and doing all these things. People want to see the city look nice. They want you. I mean, I've been up to other cities, Katy, Texas, Tempe, Arizona, where you go to these cities, they're not huge cities. They're smaller cities, smaller than Edinburgh, right? At least Katy, Texas is. But yet the city's well kept. It looks clean.
Yeah.
There's no trash flying around. There's no tires in the alleyways. So
Where is this? Where is there no tires? No mattresses in drain ditches and
there you go. So it's something that we need to stay on top of. And I don't see us currently doing that. Why? Because I get lots of complaints about the trash on the expressway, on the alleyways, weedy lots. And I've been doing videos on this, on how we're going to be able to do it. And I like the way that you mentioned the city of McAllen, because I'm very, very competitive. And that's one of the reasons that I'm running is, I tell people, I'm a fighter, not a divider. But we need to fight for what's right. And one of those things is, people talk a big game. Oh, why don't we bring Amazon, and why don't we bring this and that? And I get it. We want to have these tech companies, and we want to have these, beautiful
Zoho,
companies.
the international company, software development or something. They're locating in Edinburgh.
They're located in Edinburgh, and they're also looking to do more expansion. And there's more companies out there just like them that are looking for a home. So if we're going to attract those, we need to do the simple things. One of those things is making sure we look nice and neat, making sure that our roads are paved, making sure that we're picking up the trash. That takes effort and work. That's why most people pass by. Oh,
It's not glamorous, though.
It's not glamorous, but it's everything. So when we can talk about recruiting the big businesses, we got to clean up the city. I want to use volunteer groups to do this. Some of it is going to be city staff. Some of it is going to be nonprofits. Some of it is going to involve the mayor and council to not be sitting in their thumbs and having to go out and to be a part of this.
You're going to make them wear those reflective vests when they go out?
If we have to. I've actually gone into some of these colonias, specifically La Hielera, which is a place that we cleaned up, Lowell subdivision. I was out there picking up trash the last time as mayor.
I thought it was La Hielera was northwest of Edinburgh.
It's inside the city limits.
And Hielera means ice.
Yeah, ice box,
plant.
ice chest.
There's old pictures of rail cars headed up to La Hielera because they used to load them up with vegetables and then get ice dumped on them and head north.
Yes.
Okay, so it's brought into the city and you're fixing it up. It's booming out that way, the traffic.
And when I was mayor, we did the roadways, we did sidewalks and lighting at La Hielera. And I'm glad that myself and the city council at the time, we pushed. We had a lot of citizens come forward that, that had been old caliche roads, dirt roads. And if you ever go out there, I recommend go take a look. Just drive out there.
I went there before it got fixed up, but I haven't been there since then.
Yeah, go take a drive out there. It's like night and day. It looks like a brand new subdivision. Brand new.
Well, they're in the city. They're paying taxes.
Absolutely.
They deserve to have what everybody else gets.
Exactly, and I was glad that we were able to do that.
Do you know how old that colonia is?
Way back, that's before my dad's time. You've told me old stories, and my dad's passed now, but,
Are there any other, what would qualify as a colonia inside the city limits or right outside that you can think of?
Yeah, there's Fayetteville. Have you heard of Fayetteville? That's another one out there.
Yeah.
North 281.
Usually you're doing 75 or 80 at least. So Fayetteville just whoosh, there it was.
That's one of the colonias that we need to work on as well. That we've had a lot of drainage issues in there as well. There's an old drainage. I think there's like a detention pond of some sort that they've kind of put around, but it needs to be maintained. There's a lot of work on the table. I'm telling you.
Is that in the city?
That's in the city as well. Yes.
Huh? Who would? I didn't realize there was a colonia there.
Yes.
Because I'm always driving so fast. But very quickly, why, if a colonia or a substandard subdivision, I don't know if they still have any with pit privies and no lighting, and I don't know if that still exists.
They do have some on the south side, going towards Lopezville on I Road.
Still?
Yeah, not everybody is connected to. There's still some septic tanks that exist out there of property that's already been annexed.
Well, a septic tank is not a hole in the ground,
Right.
like a pit priv.
Right.
Okay.
It's not a hole in the ground, but it's still something that we need to work on because these people are paying taxes,
Okay.
right? And they're promised to either get connected to the sewer or have some type of drainage system. And just like a regular citizen, when they pay for their own septic tank, they have to pay for that service.
Yeah.
So that's things that we have to work on too, because there's places that we've annexed that we haven't provided the basic services.
We can come back to stuff, but briefly, why should people who have lived in the city for a while and pay taxes have to look at someone outside the city that's not up to city standards and go, what? You know, they should fix their own problems. Why is it in the city's interest to do that? Because you're going to
Right.
you're going to bring them in at some point.
Yeah, it's just a service that we should be offering. They pay for it. It's customer service. It's pretty simple. And, you know, I believe we have to provide services, basic services for everybody.
Okay. Police and fire protection. Oh, we don't need that. Let me come back to that. Hotel and convention center. I didn't realize that had been a. So what's your thinking on
This
that?
plugs into UTRGV football. People are asking for
Oh,
more
I'm
hotels.
behind this. Yeah.
You know, they want to see something like an Embassy Suites, an Omni of some sort. We can either, you know, since we're going north, there's a subdivision called La Siena. There's a lot of rooftops that are popping up.
That's sort of more expensive housing, higher end housing.
Yes. Right there, similar to when you go to San Marcos and you exit, and there's this big Embassy Suites Hotel and Convention Center, and it just sits there. That's something that we can get down, and you're going to see your retail and your restaurants and your other things start to pop up. So to me, that would be a great anchor. People are coming for all these football games. They're coming into Edinburgh to watch the Vipers or any of the other sporting events that we have. You know, the baseball games have been getting pretty packed too.
Have they really?
Yes, I went and tried to buy some tickets this earlier, and they were completely sold out.
Wow.
So I had to get some tickets, but I hadn't seen the stadium like that in
No.
years. Where baseball is really
You're
selling out.
talking about UTRGV baseball.
Yeah, UTRGV
Wow.
baseball. It's just
You know, this was long. Valley has always been for a long time we had semi-pro baseball, and then it kind of went away.
yes. There was the Roadrunners and the Coyotes and you know all these different. But UTRGV is
Yeah.
the Vaqueros are packing that baseball stadium. You're doing a great job of doing it.
Did you speaking of football? Did you think that I never thought this would work, which is why I'm in radio. But I'm astounded at how successful it's been.
Yes, it's been very successful. I think it's a long time coming.
Did you play football in high school?
No, I played basketball.
Okay.
I was a basketball player. I ran track, played baseball, but mainly I was a basketball player. I love basketball. That was the era of Michael Jordan.
Oh,
He sold a lot of sneakers during my time. Everybody wanted to be like Mike.
I wore hard-soled shoes. You wore sneakers. Well, are there any? I guess there's no predictions about what the Vaqueros will end up being in 5 years and what kind of draw it's going to be. That's still to be proven.
Right.
But boy, it looks like a roaring success so far.
It is, and I'm glad to have been a part of it. Back when I was mayor the last time is when the student referendum passed, and it was in 2021, my last year as mayor there, that we knew it was coming, and we knew exactly where they were going, which was HEB Park. They had already been in discussions.
We have 2 minutes left.
Oh man, that was fast.
Talk fast. Talk fast. Natatorium. Says here it's a long-awaited project.
We were
Do you know
clo-
how to swim? Because
Well,
I
I'm a-
sink when I get in the water.
I'm a swimmer. Natatorium is something that is missing from Edinburgh.
Which is like an indoor swimming
Yeah,
pool.
like an indoor swimming facility. Farr has one. Harlingen has one.
McAllen's thought about getting one for, I don't know, 10, 20. It was
Right.
Mayor Jim Darling's.
Well, I
just-
think they have some indoor swimming pools already,
They do.
right? So we were real close to brokering this deal the last time I was there with the school district,
Okay.
because you have all these swim teams from all the different high schools,
Sure.
Junior high, you know, and then the swimming programs of people that are first-time swimmers. So they use our swimming pool at the city, right, which is at our old South Park, Edinburgh Municipal Park. for me, that is definitely something. We have the property. I've already proposed it on Davis Road. And
Yay!
And
I'm already loving it.
on
It's
Davis Road.
between Davis Road and Rankin Road.
Yeah,
So.
we have the property. It's just coming together with our school district and just seeing it done. It's not going to be much.
You think there's a meeting of the?
Oh, absolutely.
Minds?
I think it's something that we can do.
You're talking about money.
There, believe me, there's a lot of fat in the city that we can cut. Where I know that we'll be taken care of. And the school district, they have a huge budget, and it's something that it's for the kids. It's going to be used, and there's no need for them to be swimming out in the cold during the months of
Yeah.
December and January. We're always going to have a place where we can continue activities.
There is a municipal pool in Edinburgh, right?
There is, but it's all outdoor.
Oh,
It's
Well,
outdoor.
just makes us tougher.
That's right.
Molina. Just toughens them up. That's all there is. We
Yes.
have just a little bit of time left. Police and fire protection. It's not that I'm not meaning to slight it, but you being a former police officer.
Yes, just one of the things I do want to tout is I was endorsed by the Edinburgh Firefighters Association, the Edinburgh Police Officers Association, CLEAT. These unions have been talking about units, that their units are old, they're broken. By the way, I just want to say this for the record. When I started making an issue of this, they started buying them units. But they still need more, because you can't do what you neglected for 4 years in the last year during election season. So getting back to my first statement, I'm just letting them know that they need more units. And it's not just the police and fire guys. It's a lot of employees driving around in old beat up trucks and stuff like that, that vehicles that are unsafe. We will find a way to find the fund for them to get the vehicles that they so greatly need and deserve to provide better service.
Is there a standard life of a police vehicle that's used for patrol? Is there a standard?
Not really. They run them into the ground most of the time.
yeah.
But there are programs, different lease programs that you can use to where you can trade them in and get a new one, because they're always going to be needing new cars. It's not something where just this year, see you in 5 years. It's not like me and you buying a car. It's constant, so those need to be replaced.
I've always bought used. Okay, so October 20th through the 31st is early voting. And we're talking about the Edinburgh city election, but it's all the elections going on in the state of Texas. And then day of voting is November the 4th.
Correct.
So you've heard Mr. Molina. He's been there, done that, and wants to go back and do it again.
That's right.
We heard people vote early and vote often.
Absolutely. It's going to
Only
be a
if it's
high
legal.
voter turnout. Don't forget to vote, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to have a get out the vote party tonight. Everybody's invited. It's going to be at 1314 North Klausner at 7 p.m. We're going to have 3 bands, but our headliner is going to be Cadetes de Linares.
Really?
And we're going to have, maybe Mr. Rankin can join us, and Super Mario maybe can go out there with his crew and get some dancing going on, and the ambiance is going to be good. But the whole public is invited to come out. I will be talking still about my platform, why I'm running, and the plan that I have for the city moving forward.
1314 North Klausner in Edinburgh.
Correct.
All right.
7 p.m. tonight.
7 p.m. Be there or be square.
That's right.
Richard Molina, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Mr. Rankin. Appreciate it.